for coming out. It means so much to me that I'm in a room with all of my loved ones, especially after, being in Australia and not being back for 3 years. Getting to be in one room with all of you and having a good time celebrating us means so much.
We haven't been home in so long, we haven't seen most of you in so long, and it's so overwhelming to see everybody in one place. At a loss for words. I love you all.
We're both overwhelmed.
I would love to start by saying what an honor it is to be up here officiating the marriage of these two beautiful people. These two lovers been together since October of 2014, and 5.5 years later on Valentine's Day, Scott decided to pop the question and make my cousin the happiest girl alive.
When Parm met Scott, they had been talking for about 2 weeks, and many of the people in this room, she said to, I'm in love with him. And in hindsight, a beautiful story. At the time, absolutely insane. And we all tried to tell her, no, you don't know him, so you don't love him. She replied, no, I'm going to marry him.
Oh, yeah. Baby. God damn. Wow.
Was it what you thought?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's nice. Wow.
My favorite memories of Parmida from college were from Bay House, where she could instantly flip from the life of the party to the field marshal who would get us into those Ubers and get us to those bars. She always welcomed and included me at the party and could make anyone feel like they belonged to that house.
Scott has always impressed me with how he shows up not just for Parm, but for the people that she cares about. I was actually fired from my first real career job by a really crappy manager for a really crappy reason. Parmida and I got each other very riled up, and Scott was sitting on the couch and just gets up silently and leaves the room, and I think, oh my God, we've done it, we've scared him, he's seen too much. And he just comes back into the room, and he's got a Google Doc open that says revenge. And he looks at me and says, if we're gonna get revenge, then we've got to get organized.
When Scott and I first met each other as floor mates, we did not like each other. I'm gonna be real, I thought you were loud as hell. And you were kind of impulsive, but you also, I think, thought I was pretty weird and uptight. And we were both right.
Wrong pick first. Wrong pick. I'm the man. Okay.
All right.
Love you, brother. He drew me out of my shell, and he made me a much happier and more complete person. And while I think I had some positive impact on him, I can't claim I did him nearly as much good as the beautiful and talented Parmida. It takes a very strong relationship to pack the whole thing up and meet a very strict weight limit, fly it around the world, and set up shop there and flourish, and that's exactly what you've done. So may you continue to bond deeper and deeper and discover new things to love about each other while still enjoying the things you noticed about each other 8 years ago.
When you talk about soulmates, these two are the epitome of it. They both have this amazing trait that I admire the most, which is that they put friends and family first all the time. We come now to the words Scott and Parmida want to hear the most today. The words that take them across the threshold from being engaged to being married.
Are you going first? Best 2 out of 3. Yeah.
So what, you go first?
I don't know. You go first.
You won, so you can...
So I get to decide. So
Sure.
you go first.
Okay.
So I have to follow you. Maybe I should go first. No, you go first.
Scott, when we started this journey together nearly 8 years ago, we were just kids. At the time, I felt so old and wise. Looking back now, I can see just how young we were. Our love looks like so many things. It's the way Kitty fits
perfectly between us.
You had to bring Kitty up.
With the three of us cuddle in bed. It's the peace I feel when you hug me. It's you standing over the grill making us barbecue for dinner. I promise to love you as you are. I promise to make no demands on your character and to challenge you in ways you don't challenge yourself. I'll lift you up when you need it. I will support you in anything you endeavor. I'll prioritize us, and I will be gentle with your heart.
Parmida, I can't believe it's been 8 years since we first met. It feels like only yesterday I was sitting on your couch at the View, nervously waiting to go on our first date. At the same time, it feels like we've spent a lifetime together already. We've had an amazing start to an amazing life, and here we are, almost a decade later, getting married in the state where it all began. You taught me so much about love and life and family, and I couldn't ask for a better partner by my side. From tackling the smallest of life's problems, like deciding whether to finish a bottle of wine or not, it's always yes, to deciding our life's plan together. There's no one else in the world I'd rather have next to me. This is our day and our life to live however we want. I'm more than confident that we can make the absolute most of it. Parmida, I promise to stay by your side on good days and bad days, to make chai nabat when you're sick and cinnamon rolls on Christmas morning, to hold your hand when the plane takes off and when it lands, to love you with my whole heart. Forever, always.
I love you.
I love you too.
You're so sweet.
Oh, when I wasn't that weepy when I wrote it.
Do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to Parmida in marriage?
I do.
Parmida, do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to Scott in marriage?
The bride is busy checking her Instagram post.
With the permission of my parents, I do.
It is my honor and delight to declare you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. And now for the first time, I am pleased to present the